5 most disturbing deaths of performers who died on stage. Ever imagined a show ending in death? In this gripping video, we recount 5 performers who tragically met their end on stage, right before the eyes of shocked audiences. Unravel the shocking tales of mishaps that turn performances into haunting memories. Don't miss this chilling exploration of life's unpredictability caught live. Irma Bule. In April 2016, a pop singer named Irma Bule, aged 29 and a mother of 3, performed her last show in a small West Java village in Indonesia. She was famous for her daring snake dance moves and was known as Enang to her friends and family. Despite her humble beginnings, Irma had gained local recognition by performing with live snakes in the competitive dangdut music scene. During this particular performance, she brought out a king cobra named Rianti, which was not defanged and had its venom fully active. As the show started, the audience watched in amazement as Irma sang and danced with the snake wrapped around her shoulders. She usually performed with non-venomous pythons whose mouths were taped shut. However, this time was different as Rianti was venomous and its mouth was untaped, increasing the risk significantly. Irma had grown accustomed to these high-risk performances because they attracted larger audiences, which translated to more money in the dangdut industry where many young women from modest backgrounds competed for attention. During the second song of her set, Irma accidentally stepped on the snake's tail, causing Rianti to strike her thigh. The audience gasped as Irma's body jerked from the sudden bite. She momentarily stopped dancing and sat down in pain. The offstage snake handler quickly came to her aid, pulling the snake away and offering her an antidote for the venom. However, Irma refused the antidote and continued singing to complete her performance. Irma persisted with her performance for the next 45 minutes, her singing voice echoing through the night as the venom from the snake bite started to circulate in her body. At first, she appeared to be managing, but soon the effects of the venom became apparent. She began to vomit and convulse. Her body was in severe pain as the neurotoxins from the snake's venom targeted her nervous system. Despite the intense suffering, she continued to perform, but the venom was unyielding. As the show progressed, Irma's condition deteriorated. She started losing control over her movements, her body convulsing as the toxins began to incapacitate her nervous system. Eventually, after almost an hour, she fell onto the stage. The music ceased and the audience watched in shocked silence as Irma lay motionless on the ground. The snake handler and other crew members hurried to her side, trying their best to save her. They provided first aid and quickly took her to the nearest hospital, but it was too late. By the time they reached there, the venom had completed its lethal task. Irma was declared dead shortly after arriving at the hospital. Her life tragically ended by a single venomous bite. Irma's death sent shockwaves through her local community and quickly made headlines across Indonesia and internationally. Many were appalled by how she had continued performing for so long after being bitten. Irma's mother Enkom later disclosed that her daughter, known by her family nickname Enang, might not have been aware that the snake she was using was venomous. Enkom explained that Irma had been instructed to perform with this snake without taping its mouth shut. This revelation added another layer of tragedy to an already heart-wrenching story. Thiago Klimkiewicz. On Good Friday, April 6, 2012, in Itapecerica da Serra, a small town in São Paulo, Brazil, the community came together for the annual Easter play, The Passion of the Christ. This play portrayed the final days of Jesus Christ. One of the actors was Thiago Klimkiewicz, a 27-year-old man who played Judas Iscariot, the disciple who betrayed Jesus, and his betrayal led to his demise. Thiago had been part of the play for 3 years and was well versed in the safety equipment provided by the local fire department. This equipment included a harness that was meant to keep him safe during the fateful scene that he had practiced multiple times. As the play unfolded, it was time for Thiago to perform Judas's scene where his fate was sealed. The scene required him to jump from a small ladder to mimic the scene that involves a rope as part of the setup, where at one point the actor's feet momentarily leave the ground, taking place near a symbolic tree in the background. The audience watched intently as the performance continued. Initially, everything seemed to be going as planned, but then an unexpected event occurred. When Thiago jumped from the ladder, His safety vest moved unexpectedly beneath his robe. Instead of providing protection, it tightened around his neck, and he experienced a critical loss of oxygen. This appeared to be part of the performance to both the audience and other actors present. Thiago struggled for 4 minutes to breathe, but no one recognized that he was in danger. Janina Carvalho, another actor in the play, was the first to realize that something was amiss when Thiago didn't respond to her lines. She became worried and understood that he was in peril. Janina and the other actors quickly moved to assist Thiago. A sandwich vendor named Luis Carlos Rosner was approached by one of the actors who urgently requested a knife to cut Thiago down. Although hesitant at first, Luis provided the knife and Thiago was cut down and taken to Santa Casa de Itapecerica da Serra Hospital. Unfortunately, the situation was critical. Thiago had been without oxygen for an extended period, resulting in cerebral anoxia, a severe brain injury due to oxygen deprivation. He was placed in a medically induced coma, but his chances of recovery were slim. Thiago remained in the hospital for 17 days with a critical condition. Despite hoping for a miracle, on April 22, 2012, doctors made the heartbreaking decision to turn off his life support. Thiago Klimkiewicz was declared dead that day. His death shocked everyone involved. The play that symbolized betrayal had turned into a real-life tragedy. The play that united people to reflect on Christ's sacrifice now served as a tragic example of life's unpredictability. Following the incident, an investigation was initiated to determine what had gone wrong. The harness and rope were sent to the Criminal Institute of Sorocaba for examination. Police investigator Jose Victor Bassetti led the investigation and noted that the equipment had been borrowed from the local fire department and used safely in previous years. However, this time something went awry. Investigators looked into whether the rope's knot had been tied incorrectly, potentially contributing to the vest malfunctioning. Another theory suggested that material from Thiago's costume got caught in the harness, causing it to tighten fatally when he jumped. The investigation aimed to uncover what exactly led to Thiago's death, but answers were slow in coming. Share your condolences for Thiago's tragic passing. Comment with RIP to pay your respects. Leslie Harvey. On May 3, 1972, a tragic incident occurred during a live performance in Swansea, Wales, claiming the life of Leslie Cameron Harvey, a 27-year-old Scottish guitarist. Harvey was performing with his band Stone the Crows at the Top Rank Suite when the accident happened. He was renowned for his guitar skills and was an essential part of the band. Born on September 13, 1944 in Glasgow, Scotland, music played a significant role in Harvey's life from an early age. His older brother, Alex Harvey, was also a musician. Leslie had an opportunity to join the Animals but chose to stay with his brother's band, the Alex Harvey Soul Band. Later on, he joined the Blues Council. However, in 1965, their tour van crashed, resulting in the death of 2 members and the band disbanded. In 1969, Leslie joined Cartoon and toured the United States as an opening act for bands like Led Zeppelin and Spirit. He also played guitar on Maurice Gibb of the Bee Gees' solo album that remained largely unreleased. That same year, he co-founded Stone the Crows with Peter Grant, managing them alongside Led Zeppelin. The fateful night of May 3rd unfolded when Harvey reached for a poorly grounded microphone while holding his guitar on stage at the Top Rank Suite. This created a lethal electrical circuit that caused a surge of electricity to pass through his body, leading to his collapse on stage. Despite immediate efforts to disconnect him from the guitar and calling an ambulance, Leslie was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital. His death sent shockwaves through the music community and led to increased focus on electrical safety in the industry. Venues started implementing stricter safety measures and equipment manufacturers made improvements to prevent such accidents from recurring. Leslie's passing deeply affected his family and bandmates. His brother Alex continued his music career, but was profoundly impacted by Leslie's death. Stone the Crows struggled to continue after losing Leslie and eventually disbanded, despite performing for some time after his death. Sarah Guyard-Guillot. On June 29, 2013, the Cirque du Soleil show Ka was being performed at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The audience was engrossed in the complex choreography and daring stunts. Among the performers was Sarah Guyard-Guillot, a 31-year-old acrobat and aerialist with over 2 decades of experience. She had been part of the show since 2006 and was admired by her peers and students alike. Hailing from Paris, she was recognized for her commitment to her art and her mentorship of young performers. As the final scene of Car commenced, the performers were set to enact a dramatic battle on a vertical stage, a sequence that demanded precision and reliance on their safety equipment. Sarah was hoisted into the air as part of this act, but a catastrophic failure occurred. The wire rope supporting her snapped, causing her to plummet nearly 100 feet into an area beneath the stage that was not visible to the audience. Initially, many in the audience believed that Sarah's fall was part of the performance. However, her terrified screams as she fell, coupled with the shocked reactions of other performers, quickly indicated that a serious accident had occurred. The show was halted and it was announced that the performance had concluded. The audience was offered refunds or vouchers for future shows. Sarah was immediately taken to a hospital, but was declared dead at 11:43 p.m. Her death marked the first onstage fatality in Cirque du Soleil's 30-year history and sent shockwaves through the company and the entertainment industry. Following this tragedy, Cirque du Soleil's founder, Guy Laliberté, released a statement expressing profound grief over Sarah's death and acknowledging her talent and dedication. The show Car was put on hold while investigations into the incident were initiated. The Nevada Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, conducted an investigation to determine what had gone awry. It was discovered that inadequate training combined with a malfunction in safety equipment led to Sarah's fall. The wire rope that supported her broke during her rapid ascent as it came out of a pulley and rubbed against a sharp edge, causing it to snap. OSHA identified several safety violations and issued multiple citations against Cirque du Soleil. These included inadequate performer training and insufficient protection during performances. The fines imposed totaled over $25,000. Additionally, MGM Grand, where the incident took place, faced a $7,000 fine for exposing its employees to hazardous conditions. The investigation into Sarah's death highlighted the tragic circumstances surrounding her passing. As a proficient performer and mother to 2 young children, her loss was deeply felt by her family, colleagues, and the community. In response to the incident, Cirque du Soleil conducted a comprehensive review of its safety policies and procedures, pledging to enhance safety measures to prevent such a tragedy from recurring. The show Car resumed on July 16, 2013, with the first performance dedicated to Sarah's memory. Further investigation indicated that the speed of Sarah's ascent had been a significant factor in the accident. The rope failed due to the rapid movement, which caused it to rub against equipment until it snapped. This underscored the necessity for improved training and equipment maintenance, lessons that Cirque du Soleil and other entities in the performing arts industry took to heart. Sarah's death also brought broader safety concerns in the performing arts into focus. Although her accident was the most severe in Cirque du Soleil's history, it was not an isolated incident. In 2007, 2 performers were seriously injured during a performance of Zumanity, and in 2009, an acrobat died during a training session in Montreal. These incidents emphasized the inherent risks in high-stakes performances and the imperative for continuous vigilance regarding safety. Sarah was not only a performer but also a cherished teacher at Surfit, a fitness and circus program she helped establish in Las Vegas. Her students and their parents grieved her loss. Numerous tributes were shared on social media expressing their sorrow and acknowledging her impact on their lives. In the months following the accident, Cirque du Soleil grappled with moving forward while acknowledging the tragedy. Renowned for pushing the boundaries of live performance, the company had to confront the inherent risks associated with such innovation. The lessons learned from Sarah's death informed future decisions for Cirque du Soleil and influenced practices across the wider industry. Sarah's life was cut short in a tragic accident. Comment with RIP to honor her memory. Tommy Cooper. On April 15, 1984, British comedy experienced an unexpected loss with the passing of a legendary figure. Tommy Cooper, a renowned Welsh comedian and magician, was performing live at Her Majesty's Theatre in London. Known for his tall stature of 6 4 inches and signature red fez hat, Tommy was famous for his unique blend of magic tricks and humor, often amusing audiences with his intentional magic failures. However, during a live broadcast for millions of viewers that night, something went awry. Tommy was performing on Live from Her Majesty's, a popular television program. He had done numerous similar shows throughout his extensive career, and the audience was eagerly anticipating his act. As the show commenced, Tommy took to the stage to perform one of his renowned routines, involving a large magic cloak. His assistant assisted him in donning the cloak, while the show's host, Jimmy Tarbuck, stood behind the curtain handing Tommy various props to pull from the cloak. The props increased in size, leading up to the final punchline. Everything appeared to be quintessential Tommy Cooper, chaotic, humorous, and unpredictable. Suddenly, Tommy collapsed to his knees in the midst of his act. The audience, accustomed to his comedic style, laughed, assuming it was part of the routine. However, Tommy did not get back up, and instead slumped forward against the stage curtains. Initially, even those backstage believed it was another joke, but as time passed, it became apparent that something was seriously wrong. Jimmy Tarbuck, who was still hidden behind the curtain, noticed Tommy's lifeless body and realized this was not part of the act. The show's director swiftly decided to switch to an unscheduled commercial break, a sign that things were grave. During the break, the stage crew hurried to assist Tommy. His son confirmed their worst fears. Knowing Tommy's history with back problems, he wouldn't have intentionally collapsed. While they attempted to revive him, David Bell, the show's producer, faced a difficult decision, whether to cancel the live broadcast or proceed with it. After a brief discussion, they decided to continue with the show. Les Dennis and Dustin G, the comedy duo scheduled after Tommy, were sent on stage under challenging circumstances as Tommy's body remained concealed behind the curtain. Unaware of what had transpired backstage, the audience continued laughing throughout their performance. Once Dennis and G concluded their act and left the stage after being careful not to disturb anything behind them, Tommy was finally removed from the theatre on a stretcher. He was rushed to Westminster Hospital, but unfortunately pronounced dead upon arrival due to a massive heart attack. These heart-wrenching stories remind us of life's unpredictability. For more gripping tales and shocking revelations, hit that like button, subscribe to Iconic Inside, and ring the bell to stay updated. Don't miss out on the next episode. Hollywood banned Keanu Reeves for good.
The Matrix changed my life, and then over these years, it's changed so many other people's lives.
You have a great reputation, by the way, in Hollywood of being a very nice guy.
Keanu Reeves has long been celebrated for his commendable character, yet there have been persistent rumors of Hollywood attempting to oust him. It seems quite shocking that an individual who is cherished by countless fans for his kindness, modesty, and genuine integrity, someone who takes public transportation, contributes significantly to charitable causes, and remains grounded despite his fame, could be targeted by industry insiders. This development has caught the eye of Joe Rogan, who stated, "Hollywood kicked Keanu Reeves out of Hollywood for good." What led to Rogan's assertion? In what ways has Keanu Reeves supposedly irked Hollywood to such an extent? Why has there been a continuous desire to see him leave? Let's delve deeper to uncover the truth.
There are 7 billion people in the world. So when one of them behaves badly toward you, he's actually doing you a great favor because he's saving you time, that he's not worth your while. He's freeing you to say, thank you for the information.
Keanu's voyage through Hollywood is truly extraordinary. Spanning more than 30 years, he has embodied both commercial triumph and profound personal integrity. His movies have amassed a global box office revenue surpassing $3 billion. This figure is not insignificant. It speaks volumes about his enduring appeal in an industry known for its fickleness and transient nature. However, what distinguishes Keanu is not solely his financial success, but his character. In a realm where egos often dominate, Keanu's modesty, benevolence, and warmth make him an exceptional figure. His admirers appreciate him not only for his on-screen performances, but also for the person he is off-screen. Keanu Reeves, born in 1964, had a nomadic childhood marked by his father's absence and frequent relocations. Despite struggling with dyslexia and school life, he discovered his passion for acting at a young age. Dropping out of high school at 17, he pursued his dream, eventually landing roles in Los Angeles. His breakthrough came with River's Edge in 1986, followed by iconic roles in films like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and action hits like Speed. Amidst his success, Keanu faced personal challenges, including his sister's leukemia diagnosis, which inspired him to become a generous supporter of cancer research. Keanu's personal experiences have been marked by more sorrow than anyone should have to endure. The death of his close friend, River Phoenix, from a drug overdose in 1993 left him devastated. Then, in 1999, as The Matrix was propelling him to international stardom, his girlfriend Jennifer Syme delivered a stillborn daughter, followed shortly by her own tragic death in a car accident. The cumulative weight of these losses could have broken many, but Keanu persevered, not for the sake of fame, but out of a commitment to his authentic self. His story is a testament to the possibility of emerging from profound adversity with compassion and dignity. Despite his popularity and the love he receives from fans, Hollywood has had a contentious relationship with Keanu. It's puzzling that an industry would seek to exclude someone as humble, charitable, and genuine as Keanu. Yet Hollywood's priorities often lie in dominance, authority, and adherence to an unspoken set of rules that Keanu seems disinclined to follow. One notable instance that revealed Hollywood's animosity towards him was Matthew Perry's disparaging remarks in his memoir. Perry made an unprovoked and controversial comment about Keanu, questioning why innovative artists like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger had passed away while Keanu remained. This statement sparked widespread outrage among Keanu's supporters, leading to an online defense and forcing Perry to apologize. However, the underlying question remains, what prompted such an attack on Keanu in the first place? On a scale of 0-5, how unfair do you think Keanu's treatment by Hollywood has been? Comment below with a number. In reality, Perry's comments are not an isolated incident. They represent a long-standing undercurrent of animosity towards Keanu that has been quietly present in Hollywood for years. In 2019, Keanu disclosed in an interview that he was blacklisted by Fox Studios following his refusal to participate in Speed 2. Anyone familiar with the film recognizes it as one of the most poorly received sequels in history. Demonstrating his foresight and adherence to principle, Keanu chose not to be involved. Instead of commending his integrity, Fox chose to penalize him for not compromising his standards. Sandra Bullock agreed to reprise her role, but Keanu's intuition about the film's potential failure proved accurate. Despite this, Fox held a grudge against him, leading to a decade-long period of strained relations. Keanu's resistance to conforming to Hollywood norms extends beyond this instance. In another interview, he disclosed that he consistently refuses to permit the use of deep fakes in his contracts. While Hollywood executives may be enamored with technological advancements, Keanu is wary of their potential risks. He is open to the use of CGI for minor enhancements, but draws the line when it begins to undermine the authenticity of an actor's performance. He recounted an early career experience where a tear was digitally added to a scene he had not genuinely performed, altering his perspective on such manipulations. Keanu has made it clear that he will not support a future where technology erodes the genuineness of acting. However, his stance against deepfakes has not been well received by Hollywood's power brokers. They view Keanu's unwillingness to compromise as a challenge to their authority. Keanu is not merely defending his own artistic integrity. He is advocating for every actor who might one day be supplanted by a digital double. This courageous stance has further alienated him from those who control Hollywood's gates. Yet, Keanu remains undeterred. He is not willing to compromise his values, even if it means facing disapproval or ostracism within the industry. Keanu's skepticism also extends to AI-generated art and music. While others may be captivated by the novelty, Keanu expresses reservations about the broader cultural and societal impacts of such technologies. He raises questions about who has control over these creations and the true value they offer. Keanu envisions a future where artistic and cultural expressions are subject to manipulation, and he is determined to voice his concerns rather than passively accept it. Do you think Keanu's concerns about AI-generated art and music are justified? Comment with yes or no. This mindset does not endear him to an industry that is always chasing the next innovation, especially when it challenges established norms. Keanu has been labeled as difficult, stubborn, and even rebellious. However, these descriptions are merely euphemisms for his refusal to be controlled. Hollywood's modus operandi relies on maintaining control, and those who defy this paradigm are often marginalized. Yet Keanu has consistently forged his own path, whether by declining substantial financial rewards to avoid participating in a subpar sequel, or by resisting technological encroachments on the essence of acting. He has never shied away from taking an opposing stance, which has led Hollywood to attempt to ostracize him. However, the reality is that you cannot expel someone who is not reliant on you. Keanu Reeves is not driven by fame, wealth, or seeking validation. He is involved in his craft because of his passion for it, and he will continue to pursue it on his own terms, regardless of Hollywood's approval or disapproval. This is precisely why fans hold him in high regard. However, his appeal extends beyond his professional persona to his private life. Keanu Reeves stands out from the typical Hollywood star, and this is a significant reason for his enduring fan base. Having been a leading figure in the industry for over 3 decades, he has managed to maintain a low profile amidst an environment that often prioritizes fame and wealth. While many celebrities are eager to display their opulent lifestyles on social media, Keanu remains down to earth, demonstrating that it is entirely feasible to be a star without losing touch with one's true self. Despite being among the most financially successful actors in history, Keanu maintains an air of privacy. He does not seek the limelight. He fulfills his professional obligations such as interviews, red carpet events, and film promotions, but never divulges more than he is comfortable with. This enigmatic quality adds to his allure. He is engaged and courteous during public appearances, but always retains a certain level of privacy, which only serves to heighten his mystique. Fans admire Keanu not only for his on-screen contributions, but also for his personal conduct. He does not seek the spotlight, nor does he require Hollywood's validation. In fact, his understated lifestyle has contributed to his online legend status. Recall the sad Keanu meme that went viral in 2010. A picture of him sitting alone on a park bench eating a sandwich provided a rare insight into his solitary existence. While the internet enjoyed the meme, many saw it as indicative of his more somber past experiences. Keanu has experienced more than his fair share of sorrow, and it is this profound depth of character that deeply resonates with his fans. One of the most poignant moments in Keanu's life was the tragic loss of his daughter, followed by the untimely death of his girlfriend in a car accident. These losses were shattering for Keanu, yet he persevered. Unlike many in Hollywood, he did not succumb to self-destructive behaviors. Instead, he transformed his grief into his craft, particularly in roles that demanded a profound emotional connection, such as his portrayal of John Wick. Referring to John Wick, it's hard for fans not to draw parallels between Keanu's real-life experiences and the character he embodies on screen. Both have endured significant loss and continue to move forward despite their pain. In interviews, Keanu has discussed how he incorporates his own life experiences into his performances. With John Wick, it is evident that he infuses a personal element into the role, which contributes to the character's appeal. What also sets Keanu apart is his enduring kindness and humility amidst all adversities. He does not flaunt his wealth or achievements. Instead, he is renowned for his generosity and simple acts of kindness. Most people are unaware of this side of Keanu Reeves because he is one of the most benevolent among A-list celebrities. We know this not because he publicizes it, but because he doesn't. It is through the accounts of those who have had the privilege to work with him, or the fortunate few who have witnessed his kindness firsthand, be it crew members on a film set or random fans, that we learn about Keanu's generosity. The countless stories of his benevolence paint a picture of a man who genuinely cares for others. There was an instance when he presented the entire stunt team on The Matrix with Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Why? simply because he wanted to share the joy of riding. Then there's the anecdote from a Reddit user who worked with him on the set of Chain Reaction, stating that Keanu provided breakfast and lunch for the crew every day during the final weeks of filming. Consider that. Most celebrities don't even engage with the crew, let alone offer them meals. But Keanu stands out. Another instance involved him offering a co-worker a ride to the repair shop to collect their vehicle. It might seem like a minor act, but how many celebrities would extend such a gesture? These small acts are indicative of Keanu's authenticity. He's not only generous with his finances, but also with his time, kindness, and attention. One of the most renowned stories about Keanu's benevolence occurred in 1997, when he was pictured sitting on the sidewalk alongside a homeless man. They enjoyed drinks, snacks, and conversation together. Keanu has also forsaken millions from his own earnings to ensure job security on his film sets. It is reported that he has given up as much as $125 million over the years to maintain employment for others. That's not just generosity, it's exceptional. While most top-tier actors are preoccupied with securing their next substantial paycheck, Keanu is focused on ensuring the well-being of everyone around him. Even when he is not working, Keanu's benevolence is evident. There's an account of him waiting in the rain to enter his own rap party because he chose not to use his fame to bypass the queue. The club owner failed to recognize him, but Keanu waited patiently, never insisting on preferential treatment. Stories like these reveal that Keanu's on-screen portrayal of a kind-hearted individual is not an act. It genuinely reflects who he is. There are numerous other instances that demonstrate Keanu's benevolent spirit. Keanu Reeves exemplifies that it is possible to be a Hollywood icon while maintaining a compassionate heart. His generosity transcends financial contributions. He selflessly gives of himself, be it to a fan, a colleague, or even a stranger on the street. This is what makes Keanu a true legend, both in his professional and personal life. As for where he allocates his resources, Keanu engages in unpublicized philanthropy. He discreetly donates millions to children's hospitals and cancer research initiatives globally. This aspect of his life is not widely known because Keanu prefers not to publicize his charitable endeavors. Indeed, one of the world's most renowned actors operates a private foundation that has been making significant impacts for years, yet you won't find his name prominently displayed. He prefers to let the impact of his actions define his philanthropy. Such is the character of the man that Keanu truly is. Keanu is renowned for his willingness to forego a portion of his earnings to ensure that film projects can secure superior talent, costumes, or special effects. A prime example of this was during the production of The Devil's Advocate, where Keanu voluntarily took a substantial pay cut to facilitate Al Pacino's involvement in the film. A similar decision was made for the Matrix sequels, where he opted for a reduced salary to enable the production team to develop the innovative visual effects that have become iconic. These actions underscore Keanu's dedication to his craft and the collaborative nature of filmmaking. In reflecting on Keanu Reeves' journey, we're reminded of the power of authenticity and integrity. Despite Hollywood's attempts to sideline him, Keanu's commitment to his values and craft has only solidified his legacy. His story teaches us that staying true to oneself, even in the face of adversity, can lead to a life of purpose and fulfillment. So, if you're a fan of Keanu, let's hear it. Drop a K in the comments. And for more inspiring stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to Iconic Inside, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Let's keep the conversation going.